What were the major protests against the Iraq War? What were the major protests against the Iraq War? This conflict, which began in 2003, sparked a wave of protests that echoed across the globe. Understanding these protests helps us see the diverse opinions surrounding the war and its impact on the Republican Party's history. The Iraq War was initiated as a response to the September 11th attacks and the belief that Saddam Hussein posed a threat. Many Republicans supported the war, viewing it as essential for national security and a way to promote democracy in the Middle East. However, this support was not universal, leading to significant protests. One of the most notable protests occurred on February 15, 2003. This day saw hundreds of thousands of people marching in cities like New York, London, and Paris. These demonstrations were among the largest anti-war protests in history, showcasing widespread international opposition to the invasion of Iraq. As the war progressed, protests did not fade away. In fact, they intensified, especially among those advocating for the withdrawal of United States troops from Iraq. Many Americans joined these protests, voicing their concerns about the ongoing conflict and its consequences. A significant moment occurred during the Republican National Convention in 2004. Tens of thousands of protesters gathered in New York City to express their opposition to the Bush administration and the war. This event highlighted the domestic dissent against the war and the Republican leadership at the time. From the Republican perspective, these protests were part of a larger debate about national security and foreign policy. While many Republicans viewed the war as a necessary action, the protests revealed a division within the country and the world regarding the war's justification and execution. The protests against the Iraq War were not just about opposition to military action. They represented broader themes of national security, international relations, and domestic political divisions. These events marked a turning point in United States foreign policy and shaped public opinion. Understanding the protests against the Iraq War is essential for analyzing the evolution of the Republican Party. The war influenced political discourse and public perception, showing how foreign policy decisions can impact political strategy. The protests reflected ongoing themes that continue to influence Republican policy and public discussions today.